Got this great question from a friend who says he starts out, he wants to find other people in life who are as passionate as he is. And I'm just going to read it's a pretty long email, but it's really fascinating to hear the type of language that our friend uses. He says, Elliot, you may have been down this road before. Yes, and that's why I took your question. I was hoping you could elaborate on this in your next video or blog or reply in a message. Anyway, he goes on and says, I've been working towards my dream since I was 16 years old. I put myself through college because I wanted to become an engineer to develop state-of-the-art technology and impact the world in a technological sense. I'm 23 years old now and working as an electrical engineer developing state-of-the-art technology on fighter jets. Fucking cool. I live life in overdrive. I'm working 12 hours a day because I love this shit. I spend a lot of time swimming, running, working out, again because I fucking love this kind of shit, training for Iron Man. I'm always furthering myself mentally and I always want to bring it to another level, studying the human mind, body, nutrition, and philosophy. I'm up on the days that I don't have to be to work around 5 a.m. to pursue this shit. In reality, I'm either working on my career, working on expanding myself, or sleeping. I own my fucking life. And I love it. Living a comfortable life and going with the flow has always made me cringe. I always get shit because people label me as obsessed, crazy, or an overachiever with a condescending tone. No one can understand that I'm never happy with where I'm at in life, and I'll always have to push it to that next level. That's what life is. I'm doing extremely well financially as an engineer, but all I hear about at work is how I should save my fucking money, live on the bare minimum, and save now for retirement. Fucking pathetic. I felt this way since I was about 16 years old, and people think I'm fucking weird. But everyone can go fuck themselves. They'd rather go out and sleep, get hammered 3 nights a week and sleep their time away just to look back and realize how little they've accomplished. I've always heard about how passionate others are. Then you start to realize how much fucking bullshit they have. 95% of people are fucking worthless. How the fuck do you find people that are truly passionate about their life goals and ambitions? I feel that people like me are so far and few between. It's hard enough to find one another, let alone surround myself with. I really hope you see this. Dude, 23. Man, I think we're cut from the same fucking cloth. Same exact cloth. Man, when I was working towards building my business, my career, I possessed the same neurotic drive that you have right now. Mind you, this was 10 years ago for me. And I got everything I wanted. I was disgusted with anybody who wanted less. And I'd watch people older than me, with their businesses, and I see how they're all doing it wrong and they're miserable. And every ounce of my being was either pushing away from those types of people, which, like you said, were about 95% of them, and just creating this contrast between me and them. Because I'm a hard worker, I know what I want, I'm smart, I'm strong, I'm intelligent, and God damn it, I own my life. Right? You understand that attitude. Had no time for no one else. No time for anyone else. And the minute I got close enough to see what was going on beneath the facade of most people, I was disgusted. Needless to say, I had no friends. Sound familiar? Who needs them? I'm busy. I got shit to do. They're nothing but fucking anchors. There's a great quote in The Luck Factor by Brian Tracy that it was really important to me. And he says that successful people seem as if they're alone a lot of times. But they're not aloners, really. They're loners. Meaning that successful people, truly successful people, and if you listen to Brian Tracy, he's got there's more to it than just achieving your goals when he says that. Successful people have this is another one of his quotes, no surface acquaintances, no casual acquaintances. Everybody in their life is significant and they belong there. Right? And I remember hearing this, I must have been about 23 years old, doing my thing and thinking, boy, where the fuck are these people? Where are these people that I can be a loner but share my life with? And of course I had my wife and I have brothers and stuff, but I wanted people that shared the same goals as me, right? Loved life the way I did, wanted to lift weights, wanted to build businesses, right? The things that I was driving towards. And I even prayed for that type of person. And people came and people went. But what I didn't understand about the people that were coming, that I'm now starting to learn, mind you, 10 years later, and I'm giving you this foresight. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm telling you what you're going to experience most likely if you're like me. The acquaintances that I did make and the people that I did grow in a relationship with were means to an end. And I realized that I never developed really strong, heartfelt relationships with these people because I was surrounding myself with them simply because I saw how they could advance me. Do you see? And I know that you're thinking the same way. You want to talk to people that are doing the same thing you're doing, and you help advance one another. It's an interesting thing that when you surround yourself with other people that are just like you in that way, they, more than likely, if they're not evolved, will see you merely as a means to an end also. So here you have 95% of the people who can't relate to you anyway because they're off on totally different adventures, right? Those are adventures also. Getting hammered 3 days a week, sleeping, that's an adventure. They're off on totally different adventures. And then you find a small percentage who are just like you, but they never really love you, and you never really love them. You love what they can do for you. And the relationship works as long as you can keep scratching each other's backs, if you will. Okay? Bear with me, because I'm going to come full circle. I'm going to tell you how to surround yourself with people that are going to bring pleasure into your life. See, you don't have pleasure yet, and maybe you shouldn't, because you're still slaying dragons, like I talked about in that Friedrich Nietzsche video a couple weeks ago. You know, being a lion. You're still slaying dragons. Go and slay those fucking dragons. When you're slaying dragons, you don't have too much time for pleasure. But it's going to creep up on you. You're 23 years old, and you know what? You've accomplished more at 23 years old than most people accomplish by midlife. So you're going to grow wiser faster. Don't make this mistake, because most men in their 50s don't realize it until they're in their 50s. Hopefully you'll be like me and you'll figure this stuff out when you're in your early 30s. I feel like an old fucking man because I did so much so early, and you're on the same path. Okay, so slay your fucking dragons. Be a badass. You know, you don't need anybody, but there's gonna come a time when you'll realize I'm alone. And I can have all the money in the world, and I can have all the success and all the wins in the world. You know, I can put up this entire facade, because really that's what it is in many ways also. You know, you're building up what you seem to look like. You know, I have nice things, I talk articulately, I'm smart, I'm strong, and I'll fuck you up in any way. You know, you see what I'm saying? So it's narcissistic. It's purely phallic. Your classic phallic narcissist. Like, takes one to know one. But you're gonna get to a point where there's no pleasure in that. The next goal doesn't mean nearly as much as I just want to hug. I just want to like laugh with a friend. I just want to sit down and enjoy a conversation with someone who isn't necessarily up to business right now. Why does it always have to be business? Why can't I just why can't we talk about something, you know, just philosophy? I like to talk about philosophy. This is what I like to do, actually. When I sit down with my best friends, we have conversations like this. Just sit down and chat about life. Those people are in the 95% that you're disgusted by, I promise you. A lot of them are in there. And the reason why you can't see them is because you've built up such a stark contrast between who you are, because you need to, in order to slay some fucking dragons, and those other people. But those people who seem like they're just going with the flow or being comfortable, they've got something you don't. They're content. Okay? Unless they're complaining. Now, if they're complaining about their plight, then they're just they're losers. But you're gonna find that there are people that, like, you know, I've got friends who've got regular 9 to 5 jobs, you know, like the firemen and like UPS drivers, and I got one friend. He came here for a video the other day, and he worked out with me, and he hops from job to job. He's either laying tile or he's like doing mason work. Like, he's all over the place. The dude never complains, and he's always happy. We're completely diametrically opposed, except for when it comes to strongman, you know, but we can't talk about anything on any other level. And I love him. I love him because he lives a pleasurable life and shows me how to find pleasure in the things in my life. Believe it or not, there are times when I look at my life and I'm like, boy, I wish I could just chill out and relax, right? Doesn't Elliot Hulse's life look so relaxed, like nice? Trust me, dude, that neurotic drive for more, that phallic narcissist attitude has to be tempered in me often. That's why I meditate. Compassion, generosity, loyalty, love, pleasure, joy, peace of mind, warmth are all found in that 95% that can't figure out how sharp, hard, focused, and strong we are. They don't need to be, and you don't need them to be like you. Do your work, appreciate others around you for who you are, and let them into your soft spots that you've been protecting with your hard-driving attitude. Trust me, you'll live a more balanced life, and not only will you be a great achiever, but you'll know how to breathe and love as well. Good luck.